You guys ready for some Schadenfreude? Someone who supports open borders is mad when they have to suffer the consequences. Democrat DC Mayor Bowser complains about Texas and Arizona sending illegal immigrants to her city. So it's fine as long as somebody else has to deal with the problem that you advocate for. But as soon as it becomes your problem, it's not funny anymore, is it? Your party caused the border crisis. Also, Bowser's donated a ton of money to open borders groups and doesn't want illegal immigrants in DC. DC is supposed to be a sanctuary city. Yeah, I mean, how are Texas and Arizona in the wrong for sending people to a sanctuary? Yeah, diversity is your strength, bitch. The Democrat DC Mayor Muriel Bowser and her party can dish it out, but can't take it. I thought DC was a sanctuary city. Now, we know the feds quietly ship illegal immigrants around the country, but Texas Governor Greg Abbott made it known his state would and has put illegal immigrants on buses and moved them to D.C. After all, Bowser has thrown almost $1 million at open borders groups to help illegal immigrants. For example, in current year months 3, Bowser gave one group $100,000 to help illegal immigrants become citizens. Hey, now you can put your money where your mouth is. You can naturalize them right in D.C. The recent 100,000 allocation is going to a group called National Immigration Forum that advocates lawful permanent residence for the nation's estimated 11.4 million illegal immigrants. The nonprofit supports common sense immigration, citizenship, and integration policies and helps businesses assist immigrant employees with their citizenship process by focusing on English language learning to help immigrants become full participants in the workplace and community and economy. Statistics show that direct correlation between immigrant integration and happier, more effective workers, which directly impacts business profitability. The National Immigration Forum claims the group's executive director, Ali Nourami, explains that the DC taxpayer dollars will help new Americans reach their full potential. Now they could do it in DC. And we are proud to partner with Mayor Bowser for this initiative. It's a win-win for Washington, D.C. businesses and employees alike. And now they get to do it in their own backyard. Isn't it fucking great? But now Bowser is mad because buses with illegal immigrants have arrived in D.C. She wants the federal government, which pushes for open borders and doesn't do anything about immigration, to step in and stop Texas from tricking these people from getting on these buses. Yeah, the same federal government that, as was mentioned earlier, has also been busing them from state to state. It's so hard to follow their so-called logic. Now, when asked about the homeless problem in D.C., Bowser addressed the busing issue on the face of the nation, or on Face the Nation. Like, so I'm wondering when in an environment where we are now, where the interest rates are going up, is it discouraging builders from producing what you need? Do you need the federal government to step in and provide support? Well, we certainly are going to be able to do less with very historic investments we've made, so we're concerned about that. But I don't know. We're doing everything locally we can. We have a tool called the Housing Production Trust Fund. On this year alone, invested $450 million in new units at a goal of 36,000 new units. I was looking for the federal government to be a partner. So basically, they want money from flyover country that they're always making fun of. But they'll sure as fuck redistribute your tax dollars into their personal projects. Now, I have to say that coming out of this pandemic, everything the federal government is able to help cities like ours keep people housed with American Rescue Plan dollars and make sure we're preventing evictions to keep people from getting evicted. It's been very helpful. And nobody wants to rent out anymore. The Washington Compost reported last week that homeless shelters in D.C. were filling up and groups are getting overwhelmed by these buses that the governors of Texas and Arizona are sending here full of immigrants. How significant is the influx? How many people? Well, this is a very significant issue, and we have for sure called on the federal government to work across state lines to prevent people from really being tricked onto those buses. I think they're largely asylum seekers who are going to final destinations, not Washington, D.C. I worked with the White House to make sure the FEMA provided a grant to a local organization that is providing services, but I fear they're being tricked into a nationwide bus trip at their final destination of all places all over the United States of America. So they're being, quote unquote, tricked into going to a sanctuary city. That's openly a sanctuary city. That's how being tricked works, right? Yeah, but I thought Bowser wanted to help illegal immigrants. So Leslie pointed out that while D.C. City Council condemned Arizona and Texas, they also had harsh words for Bowser. We condemn the actions by Governors Abbott and Ducey, who have demonstrated no regard for people who are exercising their human right to seek asylum. Well, you want to support them so bad, you can have them. So I love how they're all for humanitarianism unless they actually have to do something. These people are textbook slacktivists. Like they'll virtue signal on they'll virtue signal all over the internet, but as soon as they the what they support comes to their backyard, suddenly they bitch about it. Like, no, you're supposed to stay in Texas and be their problem. So the district, on the other hand, has a history of serving all residents who settle here, regardless of immigration status. So council member Brianne Naidula says the mayor has the power to direct contingency funding towards the issue, not the council. She said she's hopeful the mayor will act soon as practical and altruistic reasons for the district to assist. Yeah, even the city council is telling the mayor, hey, live up to what you preach, bitch. So first of all, we're receiving migrants from Texas and Arizona, whether we want to or not. And Texas and Arizona are getting them from Mexico and South America, whether they want to or not. So that is what Republican governors of those states have decided to do as a political game they're playing with Brandon that's taking people's lives in their hands. And so as a receiving jurisdiction, we are tasked with greeting them and making sure they can get on their way. Really? Are you going to pretend like you're not playing games with their lives when you expect Texas and Arizona to deal with the problem? So if Democrats caused these problems and Bowser knows this, well, maybe look in the mirror. You wanted open borders, you got them. Yeah, well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. You wanted this. You were all for it when it was someone else footing the bill. Now that you're expected to put your money where your mouth is, now you're going to go all not in my backyard, huh? Well, guess what, bitch? We're on to you.